should be a testing the sound. How's the sound? Background sound. Can you hear the car that just went by? Okay. Hey guys! It's been a long time since I've done a documentary video, but I want to do another one because of the HEXICA coming out pretty soon. It's pretty exciting, so I wanted to show some of the process that goes into the behind the scenes. So today we're going to actually go take a look at the print shop that we're using to make all the parts for the game, and you get to see some of the machines and whatnot. Maybe we can talk to some of the employees and just kind of see what it's like. So let's go. So we use this place for a couple of reasons. Back in like 2 years ago, I think, when I uploaded the last video, I used to go downtown. I used to get on a couple buses and make all these transfers, and it took about an hour to get there. But it was the computer district, and it was the only place I knew of. But now there's this place which is 2 blocks away, and their prices are really good, and I like the people here. So it's a good place to use, good option for us. Alright, so here's some of the stuff. Hopefully it's light enough to be able to see it in the video. But what we can see here is the actual business cards we're using. So when we go to a actual print shop, we'll be able to print these off on. So actually, when we go to a big factory, these are going to be on like a thick kind of not cardstock, but on like a chipboard, and they'll be pressed with a big machine and all that. But we can't afford that right now. So actually, we're doing these on business cards. But as you can see, these cards are pretty thick. They're actually 300克对吧？300克. So they're 300 GSM. So it's very, very thick, and they have a nice satin finish. So they feel really good. So we're gonna cut these up manually. Oh yeah, right. 然后覆膜, so it's got the satin finish. 谢谢. So these are our cards. And these are our advanced systems cards. We have to go home and finish cutting these up when we get back. But as you can see, they look pretty good here. They're all printed out. And, 哦，对，哇，已经裁开了吗？我裁了一刀，你看正背。哦，明白。对对对。
真的辛苦了，谢谢你。
哎，客气。如果有一点点怎么说不对齐的话，也没关系，还是可以用，还是可以用。也，以后我们有工厂的时候都放在这儿。好的。好像是有一个多打了一张都给你放里面了。哦，这是还好了。Oh, he said he gave us an extra one.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, we've got here the these are for the boards. As you can see, these are printed on a non-glossy. This is a matte kind of vinyl, and they have a sticky backing. I've actually uploaded some tutorials on how to make your own box using this style of vinyl. And here we have the maps here, which is a similar material. It's a little bit thicker, and it's also sticky back. So this is going to make our map making a lot easier than cutting everything out by hand. They've already done it for us, so they've done a really, really good job. Oh, yeah. And we also have these. Yeah, these are good. And actually, I made a small error. I gave them the wrong design file, and these are purple. You'll probably not see them on the camera here. They should be white, but I had forgotten to give the right one. Anyway, but these will look good when they're put together. So let's go ahead and pay for all this stuff. Oh, 这是什么？哦，这是那个，哦，是这样做的。这个可能会好一些。So this is interesting. Before, this is our rule book, and previously for our rule books we did them on A4 paper, which is half of this. But what they did here is they put it on A3, which should make the whole project a little bit cheaper, and it probably will make the cutting up just a bit easier for us because we don't have any white shift happening here with the files where they kind of change. But everything looks really good. 哇，这个真的好看，比以前好。是不是那个机器我们调试了一下，不好的话我们就对，好像是这个很好，比以前好多了。Yeah, this is an improvement. One more thing actually we have to do before we take off. 保证了这个版面的这个今天可能是有点裁切，现在是保证完整的这个。哦，是吗？哇，谢谢你。对，这个好像没有任何问题。上次有一点点问题，但是这个。哇，真的好，谢谢。然后这么多种。对对，然后还有一个。
Before there were some things that had a problem, but this one is much better. Looks a lot better than the ones before.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So one more thing we're going to have to do, and we can use the other back office here, is we're going to add a little crease here. If you fold this paper manually with your hands, it's going to create a break in the paper where it actually crumbles a little bit. So we're going to go back there and use a manual press not a folder, but a creaser, and that'll help us when we make the books in the final version.
Does it cost any extra to do that here?
If I do it myself, it doesn't. So I'm gonna do that myself. 我们能不能用那个怎么说压机？压痕机啊？可以吗？可以。哦，太好了。
So that's one of the advantages, it seems, of using a Chinese place. They allow you to use their own things. They don't charge you extra. They can be a little bit nicer about the general process of printing and using their equipment.
Especially this place. Yeah. Especially this place. We really like the employees here. They've been so helpful. They've been willing to make us prototypes of things that were kind of a pain. We say in Chinese, a 麻烦, very a little bit of hassle to make, but they're really willing to do it, and they work with us on the project and actually want to play it with us. We just haven't made it completely in Chinese yet, so we haven't played it with them. Alright, let's go pay for all this stuff.
So do you have to haggle with them for the price or anything?
I actually have brought the price down a lot from what it used to be. It's still not super cheap. It's costing us roughly, I calculated roughly $10 US per game. In a factory we can get it down to less than that, so it's a little bit pricey. But it's still a lot cheaper than it would be in the States. Actually, if I got this done somewhere like, I don't know, Kinko's or whatever in the States, I think it'd be costing me about $50 to $60 per game to make this. It might even be more. For example, this kind of vinyl printing is very, very expensive in the States, especially with the backing and all that. So I feel like I'm getting a really good deal. And yeah, I'm happy with the quality, so it's not bad.
Are there any downsides to using a Chinese print shop like this?
Actually, yeah. Well, I trust these guys, but a lot of these shops, or not so much these shops, but more of the bigger factories have a really bad reputation of taking products that they produce and selling the images and whatnot to some other rip-off factory. They have some sort of deal, and they make fake products. It happens a lot. So, I mean, they don't really know how to play the game, so I'm not super worried about it. And I trust them a lot. But that's one thing you have to worry about with bigger factories. Even if you sign what's called an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which makes them promise that they're not going to reveal those images to anybody else, there's no guarantee. So that's definitely a danger. And it's one reason why a lot of U.S. manufacturers and producers for a lot of things, creative properties, don't like to go the Chinese route. But it is a lot cheaper.
Can you explain one way that we've managed to protect our own information so that it can't be reproduced here?
Well, we don't let them print our rule book. So, and the English quality I don't think would be good enough of anyone here to be able to understand it. Another thing is that they don't see us producing a big bulk. The thing is, no one's going to rip off something that isn't popular. If someone's going to produce a rip off of something, it's going to be something that people know that's selling well. Because it's a risk for them too to put all this money into producing a fake product and then not sell. So for us, I'm not especially worried about it just because our game is not popular yet. And one thing is we haven't tested it with a lot of Chinese. It's just not, no one knows about it, even in the States. So I'm not super worried about it, but to take any precaution, or take one precaution, we print our rule books ourselves at home. So that's one thing, except for the cover we print out. But I don't know if that's really doing anything. 好的，可以给我看那个单子吗？
可以。
And when doing business in China, can you use a check to pay for, or can you pay for these goods?
Always cash. Even when you pay your rent in China, you pay in cash. And because the largest bill in China is 100 yuan, which looks like this, and this is worth 15 US, actually probably a little bit more US, maybe 16 US now. If you're paying for rent, which you pay a year up front or 6 months up front, you're looking at a stack of bills about this big. So it's very sketchy going to the bank, withdrawing that money, and then walking down the street with all this cash in your pocket. But it's the way they do it. They do have online banking here that's being more and more popular, but the average person doesn't accept that. Even a lot of places like restaurants and companies don't accept it. They need cash. So anyway, we'll pay with cash here. Dipping into my savings. 一共多少呢？1345这里。1345。 for these games, this is enough to make 25 copies, I believe, except for the cards. We have a lot of leftover cards from the last batch. But for making 25 sets, the bill for printing came out to 1,300 and 1,345. So that is about right about $200 US. So not too bad for 25 games. 好，我走了，谢谢你，谢谢，谢谢你们。想说再见吗？
再见。
谢谢你们，辛苦了。
哎。All right, let's go make some games.